anxiety and stress and excitement, I suppose. Last pick now for draw goes in towards the Rel. Rel in towards Poppy can be a bit rough, and of course the Poppy great into Ambessa and Pantheon as well. So Tarzan has a lot to use his forcing him away from turrets so he doesn't get any of the minions. Not sure I've seen much of that really. Normally like having that ultimate, but it feels like a little bit of... Oh, hang on a second, Zenplay going forwards. There is a flash of Elper Scout if he can make it out here. He does now. Tarzan could go for a wall stun. Double shockwave onto the jungle support. Xiaoshu does not have flash, does not have ult. When's his next cooldown coming over? That's the wall stun onto him. Double E means that the Xiaoshu can't start dashing around, but now that's worn off, and the first kill goes towards JDG. Hope going over the wall, but Maze follows him, and the Valkyrie starts to do damage, and Hope does have a flash. Doesn't matter, he goes down. Shanks now on the retreat. Great Captain Jack from Pays as he takes another one. From one Korean AD carry to the other. Nonsense. Kyle's been doing it. Hang on a second. Tarzan does have flash. It'll get the wall. Stun! Very dead Pays. His jungle support were just around the corner, but they were not in front of him, and they could not stop that play from happening. Pinpoint on the wall there from Tarzan. Great kill onto the enemy AD carry. Herald started and likely finished by anyone's legend. Still had 2 grubs and a Herald to force down towers. Dragon is alive. If JDG were to take that, they would get themselves their second dragon, which is... What did Finn say? 2 dragons is a warning. 3 dragons is a threat. You take, 3, 4 autos after that and be dead. Shanks taking this turret top side. Scout taking aggro first. Turret starts to heat up. Pantheon now coming down too. And Ambessa blocks the way out. Tower taken on the other side. So first turret of the game goes to anyone's legend, but Flandre will die under bot lane turret. And we'll take a break for the next 30 seconds. Mid lane turret now threatened by anyone's legend. They'll take that one easily, so it's likely going to be a 2-for-1 turret trade. With the extra kill going over to JDG, of course, too. Leona out of their own Zenith blade. Turret will be taken on bot side. 3 turrets now for anyone's legend. They have the entire outer ring taken down in the last few minutes. Keep those 2 teams down. Atakan started. It will be on vision. JDG will be spotted. Anyone's legend will just outside the tri-brush. They should know about this now. What does Sion do? Does he teleport? Does he ultimate? He's out of range from his ult right now, and he needs to teleport in. Alright, so that means it's going to be a little bit leashed, down to half HP. JDG will want to make sure that the stacks of Atakan's shred fall off. Then they'll want, hopefully, anyone's legend to go in towards that. That's an ultimate onto Xiaoshu, and goes straight into the Steadfast Presence. Should have flashed instead. Without the Ambessa, I think the team fight becomes so much more difficult, and to flash away from the shockwave. As it's going to be some anti-synergy. Hope walking forwards has enough movement speed for anyone's legend to rip their first big fight of the game. Big mistake from Xiaoshu. Big mistake from Draw just after as well. JDG leash the Atakan, do not control vision, and anyone's legend slap him. Great fight from Tarzan and from Hope in particular. Separating out the Ambessa, then running down the competition. Anyone's legend will claim themselves the Atakan at the feats of strength and a bunch of gold off the back of it. JDG didn't get themselves a single kill in that fight. Not a single one. We're just talking about how Ambessa is very important in these fights, and right there was shut down very cleanly. That's why we were saying, well, JDG needs to position well. The front line from them is kind of non-existent. And then the winner of that goes on to play the Grand Finals in the Grand Finals. Technically, all of this playoffs is known as the Grand Finals. Scout caught out on the side lane. No one's coming to help him. Does have flash, does have teleport. I don't think either of them are going to save him, though. And that'll be a dead Orianna. Stun charged up. Goodbye, Clockwork Lady. Kill for Shanks, his opposing number. Protect their people away from the pack. Another turret taken, an inner one this time. So good gold. God, that's some dramatic stuff. Of course, actually had a fantastic series versus Gen.G. No, versus T1 the other day. That's the one. KT, of course, had the one versus Gen.G. Flandre caught out on the side lane. Wow, that's a lot of damage. You cannot underestimate that damage from the Ambessa as the Sion immediately goes down. Well, and now I wonder, do JDG feel like they can Baron? I think they have to Baron. They're in fact going to go to the ultimate in the top side. If they can catch out Shanks, that is a huge victory for them. Stun for stun traded. Shanks doesn't have flash. Can go draw get there in time. Kyle flash forwards. Not getting that much, so Shun taking a chunk out of Shanks. Tarzan spotted on the flank here. I do just wonder if they should have gone Atacon. The 20-second, not Atacon, Baron. They do have 20 seconds till that guy now respawns. They're taking their sweet time about it, and they choose not to take the objective. Hope was pushing in mid lane. Could have threatened an inhibitor turret. Kyle doesn't have flash available right now. Teleport across the rift. There is going to be an ultimate available from the Ambessa. Hope going forwards. Flash. Point and click stun, and the Tarzan ultimate is blocked by the unstoppable nature of the Ambessa ultimate. Shanks needs to get a big combo. Gets 3 in there. Shun goes down. Shockwave goes onto someone else, though, as Tarzan needs to live, otherwise the Smite will go down with it, and JDG find a way to take the damage off the table, and suddenly it's 4 dead. That will open up the Baron on the top side of the map. It's JDG. Shun will not get the prize. Flandra using the ultimate, trying to see if he can dunk onto them, but slams into the wall. Unfortunate for him. Teleport now coming in, though, from Leona. It's going to go very, very low. And remember, there is no Smite claimed by the Orianna. And jump out of the pit. Flandra trying to get some exit kills. The repudiation. Good damage from him. And it's the flashback over the wall from Paze. And now it's just the Leona. It's just the Leona. They don't have the damage left. And Kyle might even die himself. Kyle teleported in, but only finds his own doom. JDG get another couple of kills. Now Shanks is coming to join the party with the frontline advantage. Teleported to catch anyone's legend out as they tried to push in mid lane with their bot lane. Then things snowballed from there. Sold points to JDG, the third one. You have no secondary carry on your team, really, as anyone's legend. The Annie, I don't think the Annie counts. Not really. Especially now. Bit of a low tide again. Lol state draw. Does have flash, puts down a ward and finds out Kyle and Hope. Good damage onto him. They're putting it. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Hope kills him. I don't think Draw expected that much damage. Could have flashed out to safety. Chose. Now, Flandra is not nearly as tanky as I thought he was. Xiaoxu really gutted him in one of those last plays. Flash away from Hope. Ult out a Fog of War. Great reaction timing from Hope. One of the oldest AD carries in the league, but those hands have not aged poorly. Shanks flashes towards and misses the stun. Hope's on a range to do damage. Now Hope's DPSing over the wall. Now that's a little bit better. Shockwave onto 3. Shun does have the E available as he comes up. Will not get himself a clean flash in there, though. And despite Shanks completely breaking his own ankles, I think anyone's legend will walk away with the fight. Shun is dead. There is no smite. I don't really know why JDG felt like they had to go for a fight in that kind of terrain. I don't get it. Hope. Fairly low HP, I suppose. Heals up a little bit. Flandra walking out. The Xiaoxu has a good amount of damage. It might all be on Xiaoxu. The dragon getting lower. Anyone's legend just really need this to die. Got another 20 HP. God, that was a scary smite. Kyle will die. Xiaoxu, does he have his ultimate coming up soon? It is quite late into the game. I wonder if this retreat goes long enough, whether Xiaoxu can get his ult back up. It should be up in about 15 seconds, less than that. Xiaoxu, his ultimate's coming back up soon. Hope no flash, he'll die. This might lead to the Baron. Hope does manage to get the kill onto Paze on his way out, though. 80 carry for 80 carry. Shockwave and the... Oh, God, it's so... Okay, right, spaghetti everywhere. Xiaoxu and Scott both missing their ultimates. JDG get themselves the enemy 80 carry down, and I get more and more levels into that. Okay, now no ultimate from the Yunara. JDG finally start the Baron. There's a dragon in a minute, too. If you lose a fight here, you might lose the dragon afterwards. Poppy ultimate. How good is that going to be? Coming out of the brush, and will manage to get the wall stun going forward to Scout. Uses the Seekers. Has flash to reposition as he goes out as well. Flash ward from Flandra. Triple shockwave. And I think Flandra might be left out to die. Xiaoxu does have the GH. Flandra still alive just about as Shun goes down. No smite. And anyone's legend will take the Baron afterwards. With that in mind, they might just get the dragon afterwards too. Smite coming through. JDG can't quite clutch it out. Pleasure to watch Tarzan play. Not just the Poppy ultimate anyone's legend, the Baron there too, of course. Xiaoxu not going towards the Cyril's the other side of the map. I don't think they'll get to break the base in this push now, though. With a minute and a half left. Hang on a second. Shun has no flash. There's a teleport coming. No, there's no teleport coming in. The ultimate coming through. Shun caught out again. Shun's had a pretty poor game here on the Pantheon. Most of his ultimates spotted out by anyone's legend. Most of his team fights has not really been that impactful. And now, because the jungler is dead, they can break the base. JDG had to leave the inhibitor turret for dead, and the inhibitor itself. There's still no last item coming in from Paze. Not been able to get himself that. Tarzan pops up that ultimate, and that means that they can go towards Nexus turret number 1. Can they kill it totally? I think they can, because they have the 2 grubs, and that's going to be a great wall stun onto Scout. Xiaoshu missing the ultimate. It was dodged away from. Shockwave, not bad, but I don't think it's going to be enough, and Xiaoshu will go down too. Anyone's Legend take 1 pick onto Shun and roll into a game win. Hope will spring eternal. This JDG will have to think about the next game in the series. Going down 0-1. Anyone's Legend, a quick lead. In this lower bracket match, Anyone's Legend take the lead. Passive and hook, you're always going to CC someone into the full combo. Say, international fan there. Say international fan. Maybe they live there. Perhaps someone. Skirmisher junglers. Hey, how's Rob? Let's see. Worried that if he gets Nautilus ulted, he won't be able to play the fight very well. He'll have to use his ult early, and that makes it much harder to play around things later. Shin coming topside. Flandra has Dominus, is hit by the W. Flash forwards, and the Dominus comes through. Empowered Q gets some healing in. Flandra gets the second part of the E as well, and it won't be enough. Flandra, hit by too many skill shots, goes down, even with his ultimate. Shin's flash well invested there. I think there should be a stopped recall, I think. Pace does have ultimates. Kyle does not on the other side. I think he just used it in this bot side. There's a roll mop coming in, and he won't be stopped by the Galio. Galio has ultimate coming through. And Scout's been left out. Left out to dry. No flash. Taunt will land. Scout tried to come to their aid, but instead became another casualty. The same. I don't really think you can contest this as JDG. You don't really have the positioning for it, and Shin pathing away. So indeed, they won't be contesting. Scouts pushing topside. Legend do have multiple teleports to bring in themselves, but, I mean, Hope's on cooldown. Shanks just used his. Flandra could recall and go towards it. If he teleports now, it'll be a little too late, though. I wonder whether he should just stick bot lane and hit the turret. Okay, no, he's teleporting in. Wants that first item. Ultimate coming through, but Shin pops the ultimate himself. Tarzan, that cycle is not that much value. Much better fight for JDG right now. Scout jumps onto by Flandra, and in the pit, things get messy. Xiaoshu, double, kept over the wall. Potentially getting for a third one here. Shanks does not have the flash, and I wonder whether Anyone's Legend this time have chosen a fight which they can't really check in. JDG gets to the objective first. Hope will flash, will satchel, will make... Galio's winning in CS. Occasionally Galio can do. No, Chovy is a player of all time on this champion, for instance. Just wait, Ziggs is monstrously OP. He'll outscale everyone. Perhaps, but if he fights now, that won't be the problem. Shun does pop the ultimate, but takes a lot of damage before that happens. Feather pullback is massive onto Kyle, and Xiaoshu likely get a reset. Okay, that's one of them. One for none so far. In Anyone's Legend, we were saying, look, realistically, don't take this fight. They did. They lose one, and they will lose the dragon afterwards. Not great from them. JDG, great feather pullback. Great use of the Aatrox ultimate. And the healing and damage he can provide. Clean field for Worlds, though. No, I don't believe that's the case. I think you do have to use the main broadcast. I have asked, though. I have asked for Worlds coaster anyway, so hopefully I get it. Wish me luck, folks. Atakan started. Teleports in from both sides. A bit late coming in from the Renekton. The Atakan takes a lot of HP off of Hope, but then again, the Ziggs doesn't really need the HP if he's not in range. It's been leashed a little bit now, and suddenly it's JDG that can walk towards this. Great damage onto Pace. Great damage onto Pace. The 2-3 item transition point for the Ziggs. Really nice. That Horizon focus, such good stats. And now suddenly it's been leashed back again. Flandre's ticking up the rage. Tarzan pulls out the Cyclone Scout, damaging on the other side of the fight. And there's a Galio ult to help the Renekton stay alive. Can he go any longer than that? They're so close. Shun flashing away, trading his life for the Atakan secure. Scout getting good damage through. Xiaoshu, how much more can he do? The flash forwards, flashed away from. He said there's no follow-up. Hey, he has to cleanse out very quickly. Shanks wants to get away from the feather. Pull back. Draw. Trying to get some CC down. Xiaoshu, he's running out of his ultimate, and the healing and the damage will go with it as well. Xiaoshu hits the floor. His Pace has painful left little ammunition to fight through the back of the fight with. Flash is traded back and forth as Anyone's Legend get themselves the Atakan and slightly better of the fight. 2 for 1. Realm Walk maybe starting these off a little bit more though. Scout has enough HP to maybe get himself an extra play. The Warrior Trickster's pretty damn good from Scout. From Tarzan, stop Scout getting the clean kill, but 2 kills back means that JDG will get the tower and get more kills from the play. Great. Atakan giving the petals to Anyone's Legend. Good XP, good adaptive force. Kyle hanging out on this brush here. Xiaoshu Starting to go forwards on to Shanks. He does not have himself a flash. The Ziggs ultimate comes down. It's getting a bit messy. I'm not sure JDG have the entrance to the fight that they want, but Flandre is too weak. Flandre does manage to get themselves a lot of damage onto the jungler before, though. Pace, how much can he do? He needs to pick up the DPS. The Aatrox is down. Shanks trying to get the last bit of damage, but Pace pulls things back, and the Galley Wolves just about gets him out to safety. So close to Hero's entrance, uses a Hero's exit. He'll have to recall somehow. He's very low HP. Tarzan with the smite alive should be able to get the third dragon for anyone's legend, as JDG can't quite close down the plays which they want to. Flandre once again dying to make sure. Teleport into the mid lane now. Remember, you do have the satchel from Ziggs. If you get good turret damage down, Ziggs finishes it off very quickly. Warrior tricks to use. Ziggs ult not going to hit here. W movement speed from Pace helping him. Draw caught on the way, and Xiaoshu doesn't have ult. That could be bit of an issue. Tarzan though caught up. The Warrior Trickster is good. Shanks, he's knocked up, and I'm not sure the phase rush will save him. There's no flash. The root doesn't land from the Xayah, but it's not needed. Anyone's legend caught out. Hayes providing such a threat on the Xayah. Losing around the Atakan, but then somehow able to pick things up around the Baron. A similar script on different sides of the rip. Hayes stacking up those feathers now. No ultimate for him. There's no Ziggs ult though. Flandre caught up. He'll die. Quickly peeled off for the Baron. Quickly back towards it, you'd imagine, afterwards. Poke coming in. Scout caught out on the side. Goes golden. Tarzan has another bit of the Cyclone. The Ziggs ultimate coming up in the next few seconds. Xiaoshu does have to Q's great satchel away to save his jungler. Hope getting value. And the Ziggs ult is back up. Thank you, Hazrock. I appreciate you. Baron ping-ponged back and forth. Shanks does have time to recall and teleport back in. Void Staff for Ziggs, but Hope doesn't have a teleport. He'll have to commit his ultimate to the play, and with the Ziggs away, it is just going to be a flip. We're flipping for the Baron, boys. Tarzan can get into the pit. Will it be a steal? It is! It is a steal! 14 HP! And that's just enough. Oh, it's disaster for JDG. They'll roll up towards topside. There's no escape for Flandre, but realistically, they get the Baron. Oh, God, JDG. Dragon will go down. It's the second dragon for JD. Not so sure about that. 46 seconds now. They should be able to get damage onto the tower, use the satchel. They will open up the mid lane turret. There you go. Hook onto the... Oh, God, it's a hook onto the Aatrox. This could be a big mistake for JDG. One down. 30 seconds left on the Baron. It's not going to lead... And now with the Xayah ult down, perhaps they can get an extra inner turret, maybe. Want to slam onto this turret. Pace took a huge chunk there from just one bomb. Satchel not even needed. Dragon spawn. He'll be up in about a minute's time, or a little less than that with the cooldown he has. What are the win conditions? Scout going forwards. Towards draw. Xiaoshu getting damage down. Exhaust onto him. That exhaust is very important. Flandre hops over the wall. Does have the GA as well. Redemption Cyclone swinging back. Anyone's legend find a way to get back into the melee. Flandre in the middle of things has the GA, and he gets a triple Q for such an anemic Renekton. He's doing a hell of a lot of work as Anyone's legend try and fight around the revive. Flandre going forwards again. Pace ulting defensively. Shanks goes golden, but I don't know whether Pace can carry the fight. Gets another G out. This time out onto Xayah, onto the Tarzan. Renekton goes down. Xiaoshu, no enemy seed, and the Xayah goes down. It's 3 for 1 as Flandre loses both of his lives, but honestly, such big value from him. Scout's gonna get hooked up. He's been satcheled into it. Scout teleports in and goes straight back home. Straight back home. And the defensive motion into an attack. I'm sure we'll see a replay of it. Ocean Soul goes to Anyone's legend. They'll move over towards the play the rest of this fight. Scout had to recall, teleport back in. Pace tries his best. Pace really tries his best. The feather's ripping holes into Anyone's legend. Reminder, folks, that if either of these teams lose this series, they will have a chance in regionals to qualify through to Worlds. Flandre, he's going to die pretty quickly here. Tarzan, not really sure what the plan was there. Trying to buy time, I think, for the top lane push. They do have a Ziggs. They take down this turret very, very quickly. Oh my God, okay. So JDG, they need to find a way to retreat back into mid lane. Turret, inhibitor taking down very okay, Hope almost at the full build himself. Pumping out some big damage here. It doesn't matter that he's behind a little bit of gold. Pretty decorative at this point. Pretty damage to those towers. Oh, catch onto Flandre. Okay, yeah, the Renekton actually gets, again, a lot of disruption down. Flandra somehow lives. The 0-7 Renekton lives and does so much work in the backline. Ziggs gets to sit on the artillery platform, and anyone's legend will help them peel back. The Ocean Soul keeping Shanks and Flandra alive. On the other side, minions march towards the Nexus and take half of the HP of a Nexus turret down. Anyone's legend peel back magnificently, taking two, and I wonder whether that's the game now, folks, with 2 dead. Ziggs poke coming in strong, and the Ocean Soul helping. Might even get 2 in a fight, you know. The extra damage coming through is nice as well. Elder started by JDG, working the way onto it. Flandra might want to pop the ultimate now to get some rage running. Ultimate, not that great actually, but Xiaoshu, a lot of damage onto him. The anti-heal going onto him too. The redemption, less value because of it. The rage built up by Flandra using that dominance. Flank potential from Tarzan, has the flash cyclone. Could it be the winds that could break the sails of JDG? It's a massive combo. It's all on Paze. Paze peels back full HP. A lot of GA starting to get popped around the pipe. Paze pops the cleanse. Damage coming through from the feathers. I actually think Paze can do this. He's starting to carry. You need to take down the Xayah. Taunt not landing onto it either, and the Xayah just keeps ripping through. Still has flash. How much damage can you do? The hook goes wide, and Paze will end up living. Smite for JDG, none for anyone's legend. Paze uses the cleanse and the ultimate. The Ziggs ultimate goes wide. Then anyone's legend, see if they can pick up anything more. Shin getting some healing down. Good damage coming through from Shanks. Flandra walking forward, but they need to kill the Xayah. There's a GA left on the Renekton. Paze has a flash. I don't think it's enough. Flashes into the Justice Punch. And I don't think this title fight will be going for another round in this one. Game 2 will be anyone's legend, despite Paze pulling his weight in the fight. He's no Atlas, can't hold up the world by himself. Anyone's legend will take the game late and take it to a 2-0-3. In fact, Kitty called it out on the LEC stream the other day. Shanks. It's the Lady of Frost here from anyone's legend. Dryos rang out. Okay. Scout flashed onto the Braum passive ticking. Ring of Frost, a little bit of CC, and the Scout is found and will not report back to his army. Get an advantage. Tarzan won't get level 3 off of this. He didn't get enough of the mini raptors. He still has that flag and drag. Shun slightly ahead in terms of XP, in terms of what's available. Knockup not landing onto Paze, bit of healing going down. Carl cancelling an auto there. Oh, that's a lot of damage. He might go down to another auto attack, and he will do. Lethal tempo. Pix helping out. Misjudgment there from Kyle. Flandra now going in to try and stop Shun from hitting level 3 off of red buff. Shanks walking over as well, and Shun does not have flash. Shanks, can he get himself in to get the extra CC down? If he does, it will be that frozen passive coming down. However, Flandra dies 2. Shun still done. He will still have his blue buff and his raptors to go towards. He's got camps available. Romps has respawned too. Kidding me? Wow, okay. Didn't realize that. Scrub started now. Shun on it. Does have the level 6. A little bit low HP. You do have Lysandra in plays like this, though, which could be kind of spooky. Flick back onto Flandra. That's a bit of a problem. Probably should have pressed W there. Equalizer now coming through. Hope flashing out of it. Xiaoshu strong on his own. Shanks goes in for a mega combo, and the dunk comes in after, but they don't get the kills. Shun turns around for his first kill of the game, and yes, the Braum passive is rocking, but Xiaoshu burns harder. Electro Harpoon's starting to land and getting some slows down. 1 kill. No Lysandra passive coming through. Shun, good damage coming through. AoE on that. Flandra, can he get the all out? He can, but it's not on the right angle, and he'll go down as well. Anyone's legend lose the first. Quite worried that Flandra is going to start falling behind what is acceptable in this game. Dragon secured by anyone's legend. 2 dragons for them. Go into a turret immediately. They could have maybe killed top lane turret with the Herald to get first turret. They choose not to, so anyone's legend will get the feats of strength, and then what? And appreciate. Appreciate and appreciate. Admire, I suppose. That's what I wanted to say. Tarzan spots everyone out on the bot side. 4 men stacked up, but trying to go into a group where the Lulu stood towards the back of the pack is a bit of a problem, because he just wild growth's the first target. Not sure about this. Going on to Pays. Oh, he gets the cleanse, he gets the wild growth, and they can't quite get themselves the play. Good damage from Shanks using to ult himself, but I think he'll die afterwards. Tarzan going on towards Tro. Can they get themselves the passive from the Lissandra? The broad passive doing well, but Pays is gliding on them. Can they do anything more? I think Pays is out of the fight. Dro's low. Philandra could get himself a push over the wall. Choosing not to. 1-for-1 over the head of JDG later into the game. A front line. Your engage is limited. You're looking to peel back and hopefully use the Lulu and a bit of mobility to escape stuff like the Cataclysm if your jump's on. Shun is engaged on Su. And yeah, he's not tanky enough for that one, and he's going to die just before Atakan spawns. I think NEL should just run straight. Just completely dominated now by anyone's legend. They'll walk up towards it. Scout tried to aggro it to pull it away from the pit, maybe delay anyone's legend a little. It's pulled the Atakan towards JDG's side of the map. Perhaps gives them some options. Scout perhaps with some decent strategy there, but you don't have a smite. You're looking for a fight, not the objective itself. Shanks is on the flank, and Scout, I'm a little worried for him. Rumble equalizer, not bad. Scout going to get caught out. Are they going to secure the Atakan? Yes, they are. And they'll get out as 5. Anyone's legend take the pick onto the jungler beforehand. We're going to a play here. Shanks does not have flash, does have an ultimate himself, and his frozen pass will take him out to safety. JDG clutching at straws. This could be the end of their playoffs run. Chase going forward. Shun back out onto the map, using the Hex Case to get across there. It's not a bad wild growth. Perhaps this is the play which they're looking for, but now the Lissandra passive starts to roll. There's 2 of them now. And despite the fact that they take 2 off of the board from anyone's dragon here, you can't. It would have to be a steal, but Shun doesn't have a flash to make it in more easily. He could use his ultimate. Going below half HP. It might come down to a smite fight with Flippin. Shun's going in. Can he save the game? No. Hex soul. And that may be the soul of JDG being eroded away from them. First kill comes in. Vice down. Pays trying his best. Getting some damage down on the backline. Hope is still alive though. And Flandra still has an all out to pull in. It's not a bad fight for JDG. The soul's gone over. But it's not like JDG AL can put down that much damage. Flandra gets some damage down. So close from Hope. But no cigar. Pays will live through the fight. It ends up being a 5-for-1. JDG give for JDG. JDG choosing this one. Anyone's legend. Do they follow? Looks like they do. Shanks does have teleport. AL, that late game macro has been a little suspect at points. Perhaps they can show us a little bit of improvement here. Under half HP. Are we going for another Baron flip? It's getting low. Tarzan's in the area. Shun forced to flash out, and the Baron's leashed. Perhaps that's a problem. The Braum Shield blocked out the Talir ult as well. The Equalizer trying to force anyone's legend away from this. It is still leashed, still low HP, and Shags has the flank. Shun cleansed out from ult into the play. Can Pays get himself into the backline as well? Shun goes down. The Pays is going to die as well. He goes golden. But he might be finding silver in this game instead. A 2nd place finish for JDG in this series. JDG could not clutch it out. And the world's closer towards the title here at LPL. They'd set up a date with Top eSports, a rematch at the Winter Finals. AL walking in a little further now, grouping up. All 5 in mid lane. They have the 2 grubs, helps them push towers a little quicker. JDG, they finish here. If they go out here, they finish in 5th. In championship points. They'll play against Weibo in the lower bracket, I suppose, of the regional finals for a chance at Worlds. They have to win 2 back-to-back best of 5s. Kyle blocks the Talir wall again. Scout not able to wall off the minions. Equalizer used for wave clear. But it feels like it is just waiting for the inevitable. The Elder is a threat, and it is starting to open its mouth. 1 down, 2, 3. Sure to follow. The towers go with it. And Jingdong Gaming, we bid thee farewell from LPL playoffs. Anyone's legend. Their executioners will move on with a clean sweep 3-0 and will move on to face Top eSports, where BLG will wait for winner of that series in finals.